This could make a nice radio. We got some cabinet work to do. This really caught my attention when I looked at these radios. Hello again, everyone. We're making a little road trip here in a few minutes. There's 5 radios on the Facebook Marketplace I'm going to go look at. Reasonably priced, so hopefully we can make a deal on them. And the good thing is they're only about 30 minutes away from the house, so let's get started. Well, we just got home and one of the 5 had already been sold. We were able to get these other 4. We got a Philco. That's a Delco. That's a pretty radio there. I like that finish on it. This is an airline. And another Philco. We'll get these out and I'll go through them one at a time, tell you the model numbers, and we'll look at the condition of them. This first one is a Philco 70. (1931, 32). 3 of the 4 knobs look to be original knobs. That center one at the bottom, that doesn't belong there. But the other 3 are original. And it does have some issues on the cabinet. It's broke here where the back support goes against the side on both sides. As far as the chassis, it looks pretty complete. Yeah, there's some rust, but I think all the tubes are there. Cord doesn't really look too bad. So we'll put a new cord on anyway when we restore them, but like the speaker looks okay. Guess we won't know till we get into that. This could make a nice radio. We got some cabinet work to do, like I showed you on the back, and then we got some issues here. That's loose. I don't know if there's any parts missing, but I try to do something to that. Next we'll have a Delco. This is a model 1107. It is AC. It does have broadcast, shortwave, and police band on the modes. Uses 6 tubes. Nice cabinet. This really caught my attention when I looked at these radios. The only bad place on the cabinet that I can see is this piece of veneer missing right here. And we got a little gouge there, but overall the cabinet is really nice. The only thing, we're missing a knob. The 3 knobs are original to the radio, and they are wooden knobs. So we'll have to find a replacement for that one that's not the correct one. The dial's okay. I think we got a little bend in the pointer right at the top there, but we can straighten that out. Someone's put a cord on this one, more modern cord, so possibly it's working. I haven't tried it. I won't until we get ready to do the restore on this. Speaker looks good. Label's missing. It was right there, but we've got a model number on that blue label. And what a big cap. That's a tall one. And it looks like someone's even changed the grill cloth recently. I say recently, I mean in that last 30 or 40 years, because that grill cloth looks nice. So that's a Delco 1107. And next we have a Philco 37-60. This is AC, has broadcast or AM and shortwave. 1937 is the date on this one. Uses 5 tubes. And the only issue with this radio, cabinet's pretty rough, and this is a fake finish here that's been painted on. So don't know what we'll do there. I do see a good set of knobs. No matter what we do to this radio with this called a photo finish, I think it's just it's fake wood finish, and it's hard to do much with that to make it look right. But we'll see when we get into it. And we got some loose veneer down here. Just a pretty rough cabinet. Looks to have all the tubes in it. Yeah, it's got some of that green oxidation that happens to these, but we can get that cleaned off. And the speaker looks okay. Got a good tube layout there. Just a rough cabinet. The dial does work. Still legible. So that's the Filco 37-60. Next we have an Airline 62-149 is a model of this one. And this is a battery. Battery only. And it's broadcast only. Or AM. Uses 5 tubes. We got a 19, a 30, a 32, and 2 34 tubes. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this radio. The problem with these battery jobbies, you got to have some kind of a power supply to run it on batteries or run it on DC, and it uses multiple voltages to make it work. So I'm not sure on this one. The cabinet is not too bad. Yeah, the finishes wore off, but fresh coat of stain on this and some fresh black paint around this edging here would make it look a whole lot better. Grill cloth's not too bad. We got a little tear right in there. 2 different kinds of knobs here, and then a different knob even on the tuning. So not sure which is correct there. I'd have to look at some pictures online to see what the knob's supposed to look like. I did notice this has got a plate. And after finding some pictures online, that metal plate is original. So that was on the radio when it was manufactured. And if we look in the back, here's our battery wires. What a mess of wires. And that's probably, I'm assuming that's the battery, what's left of it. So, like I said, not sure on this radio where I'll pursue it. I don't have much experience on these battery radios. The speaker does look okay. Don't see any holes in it. So that's a plus. And looks like all the tubes are there. So that's the Airline model 62-149. And while we got the 4 radios that I just showed you from an individual on Marketplace, we went to the flea market yesterday in Louisville the Labor Day Flea Market. And I bought 2 more radios up there. So I maxed out on radios this weekend. This is a Philco model 38-12. Pretty complete looking little radio. It does have some cabinet issues. Let me show you them first. Right here. We got veneer missing in that area. And may be able to patch that back. I don't know. The knobs, I'm not sure. They do match, so they may be the original knobs. Dial does work. They're tuned, so that's good. And our on-off volume switch works. Now this radio is AM only. But all we have on front is just a on-off volume and a tuning control. So broadcast only. Looks like all the tubes are there. It uses 5 tubes. A 41, a 75, a 78, an 84, and a 6A7. Looks pretty complete. And the cabinet, other than that speaker grill divider, the cabinet doesn't look that bad. It will refinish nice because it's all there. Just be a matter of stripping the outer finish and putting some fresh clear on. Probably be good. So that's the Philco 38-12 that we bought at the flea market. I have one more radio to show you. So let's take a look at it. And here's the last radio. This is a Sentinel model 241T. And this radio is battery only also. And the dial turns on it. Probably original knobs. They look the same anyway. But this is probably the roughest as far as cabinet of any of the radios that I have been showing you. You see we got a bunch of veneer missing there. We got a burn spot or something there in the top. Other than these issues here, the cabinet is not that bad. And possibly, see this veneer down here is loose. And of course that can be replaced. That's just a matter of cutting some veneer and putting it with the wood grain up and down like it's showing there. And probably could cut some veneer here to replace this. Like we got a little crack place right there. Let's flip it around and look at the back. This radio is practically all cabinet. Not much in here. There's a label with the model number. It says 1.5 volts battery operated. This is a battery connector here. Antenna wires here, I'm assuming. Just like the other battery radio I showed you, I'm not sure what I'll do with this one. I may tackle one and just see if I can get it working. It could be made a pretty radio with this. It's very ornate here with these cutouts around the speaker. And get all of that repaired where it looks better. And the owner of the 4 radios that I purchased also had this box of, says tubes on the box. I don't quite know what's in here. I know there's some tubes in the top. They donated these. They said you can have them if you're buying the radios. So that was nice of them. Looks like a heat lamp. Don't think I'll be using that in any of my restores, but let's see what else is in here. Okay, all of these, this row and these were just laying loose in the box. And some pretty good surprises. We got 3 5U4s, those 3. And we got some 6V6s. So we have one more box right there. That says tubes, so I'm assuming it's full of tubes too. Glancing at them without pulling very many out, they look like tubes used in later sets. That 23Z9. Yeah, I think these are 6AY3. I don't think there's anything that I'll be using in any of this. I'll take these out and look through them. If there's anything interesting, I'll let you know, but I think these are mainly for later model sets. All right, after testing all of these, they've all been tested and they're good. So we ended up with 9 6V6s. These 3 5U4s, a couple of 1V3s, and these are 50L6s. I think that's a 50L6, 6SL7, 6N7, a couple of those. Some of these we can probably use. So I need to get my inventory sheet out and update it with these additional tubes here. And I think what I'll do with them is just put them back in this box. I'll line them with some newspaper like they had done. Here's my inventory sheets. I just have the tube number and then a quantity out to the side there in pencil. This makes it handy. I can just keep this in the basement and the tubes are out in the other shop, so it takes up less space. I can keep them in another shop and they don't take up room in here. And there's the tubes in the box. And there's a list I made of what's in this box. So we'll put them on the shelf out here. There's my other tubes. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 boxes there. And I do have them in order, so you can find one pretty easily. So there's the 6 radios that I purchased over the past 3 days. So these would be some good winter projects to do some restores on. So be looking for that. And we got some TVs that we're going to be doing some restorations on too. So thanks for watching. See you next time. We hope you've enjoyed the video. And if you did, how about giving us a like and subscribe to our channel? Thanks.